All right, we're in weather action mode right now, and it has just kicked up a notch. I want to show you a live look at the Loop 202 in Country Club. The ADOT camera there shaking all over the place, and what you see falling there is hail, and it could be up to nickel size, which may damage cars and windshields. This is a very powerful storm, and the National Weather Service has put us under a severe thunderstorm warning for this area until 5:30 this evening. So again, you're looking live at the Loop 202 and Country Club Drive of that heavy rain and the hail coming down, which may be the size of nickels. Now, I want to show you what this looks like on the radar because this storm is an absolute beast. And again, we saw outflow winds from those storms northwest of the valley come in and form these pop-ups, which have really just intensified very rapidly. So at this point, the biggest threats are going to be cloud to ground lightning, that heavy rain and hail I showed you, which may be the size of nickels, and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So we're seeing that now near the Loop 202 and Country Club, where we just showed you that shot, up through the Salt River Indian community and up toward Fountain Hills. The core of this storm right now, right over the Indian community and along the Beeline Highway. So that's where they're getting the worst of it. But it is sinking down into parts of Mesa as well. And this warning will be in effect until 5:30. Do not go outside. If you're watching us inside, do not go outside during this storm. You want to stay inside until it clears out, and the warning will be in effect until 5:30. So we're going to stay on top of it for you. We are working on gathering some more elements here as we deal with this storm coming in. We got viewer video coming in from some of you of storms from earlier in the day too, and you can see this one from Ashley of that tent, that canopy that looked like a shade canopy, just absolutely get ripped up and blown around in these winds. And so that is going to continue to be a threat with any of these storms too. If you are in other parts of the valley right now and the storms haven't hit you yet, now's the time to kind of secure all those loose things. But if you're in Mesa, in Scottsdale right now, you do not want to go outside in this storm. There's Charles Bassett's video of the rain that was coming down earlier. This all started with a cell right over White Tanks that tried to come down into the West Valley, and that led to some heavy rain and flooding there. And we continue to see a flash flood warning for that part of the valley right near White Tanks through the West Valley until 7 p.m. tonight. Want to go back to that ADOT shot now as we continue to track the hail coming down. We're still seeing it in this shot near the Loop 202 and Country Club. Cars appear to be making their way okay through it. I don't see a whole lot of ponding on the roadway, but that hail is definitely a threat, and flooding will be a threat in this area in just about the next 30 to 45 minutes, just because the rainfall rates on this storm are so high. We may see some locations end up with over an inch of rain from this storm. And again, back to the radar right now, you can see exactly what it looks like there in those deep, heavy reds, the thunder, the lightning in the mix. In fact, just as the last update, we're getting more lightning strikes in the mix with this too. So that is going to continue to be a concern. Gusts near 60 miles per hour with this storm. This is the worst of it, but I want to show you some other areas as well, because we still have that flash flood warning in effect along the 303 and out near White Tanks till 7. Much of the rain has ended there. Just a little bit of light shower activity farther back to the west on White Tanks right now. And then Lake Pleasant, that area saw a heavy storm and a flood advisory for that spot as well. Another severe thunderstorm warning, although this storm is weakening rapidly on the radar. We do have that warning in effect till 5:15 outside of Wickenburg. The storm slowly moving to the southeast right now, and still dropping rain along the 60 between Whitman and Wickenburg, so we may end up with some ponding on the roadways there. And then another one behind it, Congress getting hit pretty hard right now. We may see a flood advisory or a flash flood warning issued for that area too. Farther north, Prescott Valley, Humboldt, Cottonwood, all of these spots also just getting inundated right now with rain. And farther north than that, Flagstaff also seeing some shower activity. Now this is hitting the Museum Fire burn scar. I've not seen any alerts come out for that area yet, but yesterday and the day before, we had flash flooding over that burn scar go all the way down into downtown Flagstaff. So it's something we're watching closely. But at this point, no advisories or warnings for that area. We do have a flash flood warning out near Ash Fork, but those storms are starting to sink down to the south of I-40. So that's what we're watching right now. I want to take you back to a live look at the storm that's moving through the Phoenix metro area. This is our camera located on top of South Mountain, and it's pointing to the north. And at this point, you can see the dark clouds, but it is not showing the storm that is farther to the east in the East Valley, which is that severe thunderstorm that I showed you earlier. And again, more video coming in of the heavy rain and the flooding. That has been the biggest threat today. This one from Kip. This was the view in the West Valley with that first storm that came through the area I told you about earlier that is still under a flash flood warning. This is where we're seeing ponding in the low-lying areas. Normally dry washes are running right now because of that heavy rain. And as we go back to the radar real quick, I just want to give you kind of the broader look of the valley right now. Most of the valley is in the clear, but it's this one storm over Mesa, over the Salt River Indian community and stretching into Fountain Hills that is causing all the problems right now. The severe thunderstorm warning till 5:30, hail the size of nickels, which we saw on our ADOT cam, and we are going to continue to stay on this. We're gathering resources right now for you. If you're in that part of the valley, do not go outside until this thing clears. It is a very slow-moving storm. It's nearly stationary. So it's going to dump a lot of rain right over the Beeline Highway and along the Loop 202 there in Mesa, the Red Mountain portion of it, within the next 30 to 45 minutes. Again, we'll be back with more right after this.